Hi there, this is the Boathouse at Parkgate. Very nice pub. And right at the other end is the Old Quay, which is another pub, so you can walk all along Parkgate, sort of promenade thing, and get to the quay and have another drink. And there's another one called the Lion, I think, that's halfway, an ice cream shop and fish and chip shop, etc. And there's a lovely view across the Dee estuary. Now, it is quite an impressive building. So I'll just show, we're not going this way, but I want to show you. So there's the frontage of the side of the house. We're all having a nice meal. See that? It goes off into the distance there. It's not the end of it, and there's the Old Quay, as I say. I think there's a couple, well, there's quite a number of places of interest as you walk along there. So yeah, you can have a carvery at the Old Quay, and then there's a sort of 3-course meal or whatever you want here. It's a bit more pricey, but they both have a good view of the estuary. And away we go. We're going along the Wirral Way again. And rather than walk up that road there, I'm going to take this path here. There's an old bathhouse here in the past. There were some outdoor baths in swimming that was in Ellesmere Port, but that was taken away, much like the Victorian outdoor baths in Southport. The overhead railway. Why would you keep that first one ever in the whole, you know, first overhead, and then decided to get rid of it? There were signs then that there's people who were sort of looking after. That's all, they're not really interested. Oh, look at that, battling butterflies. They're actually a mating dance. Under the trees you can see them a bit better, and they spiral upwards in ecstatic bliss. You know the feeling. How do?
Hello.
Hi there. Lovely day.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It really is. So yeah, we're going to, just so that you would normally on this walk, it's not far from the bat box where we finish off, and if you don't know what the bat box is, you'll have to subscribe and see it. It's free, and we end up back near there, near a little, it's called the the rope something garden, little garden there, and the bat box is there, so we're not doing that walk. Well, that's where I started a walk a few days ago, and then headed in more into Neston village. Couldn't wait to get out. How can you not go out and do something, some activity, and get some fresh air on a day like this? Yeah. Well, I can't, so an old rusty boy. It's great not having to press those buttons like I had to before. I've sorted it out. You know, I had to dig the manual out for the gimbal, just as it's a feature that you do add. Normally you zoom with the buttons, but then you can zoom it. It's got a specific smooth action there. It's very slow when it goes backwards, not so much there, but when I do a full zoom. And again, I'm going to have to dig the manual out to adjust the speed of it. Can't be bothered. Not that I'm lazy, it's just life is more important. Some things are more important, you know. Somebody's made a nice fine home for themselves, haven't they? Eh? What we'll do is just head towards the views rather than take that pathway where the cars are coming in to park here. This is the site of some old baths, like I mentioned before, that are no longer here. Again, you know, they've got a point. Why would you need some baths here in the summer when you've got that wonderful beach? Oh no, it's not a beach, is it? Another view at the fine old boathouse. So what level do you want it at? That level, something like that. Yeah. There's people do blogs, and what that means, there's a difference between somebody taking a video of a walk and a blog. And they're talking to all these, I don't know, they're sort of junior school, sort of, whether they're actually that age, but they're just, what's your favourite colour? And I just can't watch somebody talking with, because they're random people as well, and some of them are just, you know, they're not all there, away with the fairies. There's a lovely owl sculpture here, coming up. It's made out of wood, no mice were used in the construction. I can see why I avoided that access road. It even says there's a, you know, the old bath scrawled on what's left of the wall, one part of the wall. There it is. There's to owl. So let's have a look which owl it is. Short-eared owl won favourite marsh bird in a vote to celebrate the Wirral Way's 50th anniversary in October 2023. You know, I like the barn owl, and there's a lot of people, you know, they've got a busy job, maybe in a hotel or something, and they like the teat owl. Yeah, the old baths. Oh, right, okay.
Manager's house.
That's a fine hat that gentleman's got. There you go. Look at the blossom. When I was in Spain, I bought this clapperboard. I'm not using it, but I think I will. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? And I'll scroll it down like you do. and clap the board as an introduction. That's why it's a clapper board, I suppose. Yeah, I'll before we depart from the coast here, we'll as we're going up this way in towards the lovely tree-lined bridle paths, as well as I tend to go on the bridle path part of it. The others are just, we've got people on bikes and stuff like that.
Me and my mate.
And it's a wider path. It looks. I enjoy the fact that it's a soft, like I say, bridle path for the horse and anybody else, you know. So I'm just gonna go here, do a sweep of the Welsh flincher mostly on the other side of the D here. Another walk off that way. Some steps over the stiles, and it's such an old footpath, you know. There's like a trough, a channel that's in the steps, you know, because it's sandstone. But even so, for sandstone, that's a lot of feet that have climbed and used those steps. Another walk I did, and there was horses by the owner, and they were loose. They were very, very friendly. There's some flowers there. This is nice. Some carvery. No, I'm not on about the old Key Inn. I said it's got a carvery. I had the carvery there with the by invitation, you know. If they want to eat with me, they need to. I'll send them a card discreetly. What's this say here? Stephen McComb. That's sad, isn't it? Melancholy Stephen. 69 to 2000. It wasn't that old. About 50 something, just under 50 years old. That's not old nowadays, is it? I'm still taking the trouble. Yeah, so let's have a look at the I don't know why it does that. When you go on double tap on the trigger in front, it's supposed to go back, and it should really go back to like that kind of view, straight ahead. But again, it's a bloody manual again. I didn't want to spend most of my life reading manuals. So it makes me sound like a geek, which I probably am. You know. Right, there's the Welsh coast. And again, that's the power station near Connors Quay. Connors Quay has got a strange selection of old car break-up things and old boats. It's quirky. And there's a place that was a pub and it's converted into social housing. What a delight that is. Talking to a guy from the top window of this pub. Said he loves it. Just sits there and watches the world go by. And that's at Connors Quay, and there's a nice cafe there. Yeah. So it was my favourite. Just a little tiny part of it was just a little inlet, a little creek, and I filmed that with this monstrosity of a boat that hasn't been finished. See that there with a little lump on it? That's Malfamo. See that? In Victorian times it was a full tower, but it was struck by lightning. So it's still sort of partly walled, and you can go up to Malfamo. It's near Loggerheads Country Park. So you see that now? It's definitely a man-made feature, that's what it is. How do I know these things? Well, just an inquisitive mind. Yeah, one of my favourites. Lexicon is called The Vanishing Mind. I think a lot of people will empathy with that as they're getting older. The Vanishing Mind. So this is just a final look, and you can smell, you can't describe it. In fact, all the crap you get, you know, whatever it is, bloody jungle or whatever they call it, you know, sports, why don't they just have a smell of this sort of sea estuary? I'd rather have that. I don't care what other people think with it. Oh, that's a bit peculiar. I said, yeah, I can siphon off some of the people that hover around, you know. Anyway, let's go and continue. Must remember to zoom out. There we are. There's a little kiddie. I won't film little kids. It's frowned upon, you know. Just have a look across there. There we are. Yep. Hi there.
This way, Alex.
This is a linear walk, although I'm going around a loop, but that's to avoid walking along a road. And you wouldn't have got that view, for example, or much of the views across the D there, so I'm doing my best. I'll never reach some people's standards, but that's all right. Just go easy on yourselves, you know. You can see it in the distance. There's a lovely cottage. This road, this path comes up to the bridge, and we go down onto the Wirral Way, part of it. So it's a private little cottage there. I said hello. He was doing his lawn, just waved back at me with his fist. No, with his palm outwards. Peace. Yeah, lovely place. Isn't that nice? If I get fed up with that, I might as well, I don't know, have that one-way trip to bloody Switzerland if I'm not getting any pleasure out of just enjoying a beautiful day like this. One of my favourite things is music as well. And there's people who do reviews, and they're highly knowledgeable, but it's some of the idiots. It's not constructive criticism, they're sort of like bitter. So they actually put them on, you know, to shame They're usually people that have a cuddly toy or something as their icon. Yeah. It wasn't me, it was somebody else that sent that. When I was away, they were using my laptop. So lucky where I live. Again, this was what, 20, less than half an hour, maybe 20 odd minutes to get here. Not bad, is it? In the car, of course. Yeah, coming up to the bridge now. Have a look at this guy's cottage. There could be a couple. There was just a gentleman there with his lawnmower. Man and machine together, united together. I could go down that way, but I'm going to walk nearer to the cottage. Got a lot of character, hasn't it? Lovely gate. No footpath. Yeah. And he's done his, isn't he good? He's mown all that there. Now the chimneys feature. And there's a tractor or something there, so it could be a farm as well as a cottage. He's got chicken signs there, ducks, chickens and roosters, chickens and ducks on that sign by his gate. Very nice. Right. Oh, we need to have a look. Wow, we've got the height. Have a look at the pathway below us. Same one we're going to be walking on, but nevertheless. Like a periscope. Probably a bit more interesting from this side. Look at that yard thing there. Anyway. Going down. So if you can go to the Boathouse, have a meal there and walk along the promenade to the old quay and have another meal. Carvery if you wish. Or you can go the other way and head up further up the coast on the Wirral way. on the Wirral Peninsula. Now, what I'm going to do is take the alternate path here. It gives you the odd view as well, tantalising glimpse of the Welsh Hills and the River Dee in the distance. Cheshire's a county that's got a lot of horses. Yeah. As well as cheese and salt. Cheshire's famous for its salt. It was even transported years ago. The Romans was aware. So I might do that walk. There's a walk that'll explore part of a canal that's got these mountains of salt. Still being used. Yeah. And a lot of it's rock salt, so they don't have to process it much. Just grind it up a bit and then it's stored in every area for the council, for the utility, for the gritters. Lovely flowers there. I don't know what they are, but they're very nice. Star-shaped woodland. This might be a fairly long walk. I don't know. Although I walked it, I tend to stop and say hello to somebody, you know. Yeah, you could see a horse coming a mile away, even at night. You know, even if it's a black horse with a headless horseman on it, maybe the full moon, you'd still see that as well. Or the ghost of Dick Turpin. Yeah, it's a very warm day today. I've got an alert. It said beware, it will be 18 degrees. You know, I was in winter in Spain and it was over 20 degrees. I managed to survive. In fact, I was enjoying it, believe it or not. But yeah, well, there you go. I had the whole of Britain, you know, like red, blood red, sort of. But they're not trying to put the fear and keep you on making you jumpy or anything, but over nothing. But yeah, that's why I don't watch. Can't even do that with a smartphone. They're warning me of stuff. I mean, want to send this alarm, don't they, if there's something really serious happens. Yeah, it'll be going off every other day, I think. I think the people who do the weather warnings are the same people that are always upset about whatever it is. You know, they should give you, I don't mind if we pay for it, they all get a helmet each and they can wear it. I'm only joking. Oh, you're very hard on these people. No, I don't. It's hard on me. I'm walking away from them. I have to do the extra mile. There we are. This is, we're near to Neston, I suppose, is the nearest vicinity. Sounds cosy, doesn't it? Like a nest egg, or they built a nest together. Neston. We live in Neston. Yeah. We have a fondue in the garden, and later on we get that chocolate out. Say no more. It's luxury smooth chocolate, and the fondue in the daytime. Oh. Oh, people coming. Try not to. There's always something like a view like that, isn't there? Look at that. The bees flying around there. That's why you've got all this blossom, due to the bees. How do? It's beautiful, isn't it? It really is. I think we should go on straight on here. That only drops down onto that path. Because there's a bridge there. I might have to drop down. That's the road, you know, from where we were. From the pub. Would have ended and then coming down here, so I didn't want to do that. Yeah, we can cross the road. The Boathouse. Look at that. Somebody blocked that. And I'm certainly not going to skate down there. Never mind. Could I squeeze through that? I've got thin, skinny legs. Oh, he's a clever boy, isn't he? Yeah, that road there. The Boathouse is just down there. And there's a path on the other side. So why are they... Oh look, there's a lock on this as well. Bloody good, isn't it? Why? Still open. Oh, that's alright then. Oops. Spring on the gate. spring in the air and also on some of the gates. There you are, it's the power tools come out. Are you doing that again, Jeff? Yeah, well, it's grown a couple of inches and it's a lovely day. Some bluebells. They wither like vampires when the sun goes straight directly at them. Oh, that's better than going on that wide trackway. If I was on a bike, I would use that. I must actually rent a bike sometime. I don't want to buy one because unless I get a folding one, it takes me where I want to go. The roads aren't safe for cyclists. These are very lucky they've got their own gardens here. And then straight onto the Wirral Way. Yeah, there's a gateway there, doorway. Bird nearly landed on my head. Obviously it thought I was a chunk of wood for perching on. Not far wrong. Yeah, I said they were bridle paths. Bridle ways, not bridle, yeah, that's what they are. Bridle ways. It's like the couple, isn't it? They were. Doesn't really matter whether they were more worried that you can imagine they've just come in and it's late and they want to get a place to stay. This lovely little place and there's a reception there. You know, sort of giggling away at each other. The receptionist is there. He says, what would you like? I said, we want a quiet room. Single large bed. He said, oh well, you don't know that, but we've got other rooms. In fact, would you like the bridle? And she sort of laughed and said, no, it's okay, I'll just hang on to his ears. Absolute smut. That'll do. Bike noise it's on the other path, fortunately. funny how bees never bother you. If they're angry, of course, then you have to be careful, but generally speaking, but wasps are the opposite, aren't they? So as you can see, very close to that other pond. If it was on a blog, you know, then we could all discuss that. That's what I know, not these blogs. Oh, why didn't you go this way? I said, well, you know, he has to make the decision, he's there. Or she. Just can't, I used to watch the guy, really, and sent the odd message, you know, his birthday and stuff, and he would say, how you doing and all this stuff. But now, he does vlogs and they're 3 hours long, and I'm listening to people with, I'm not saying they're all bad, but it just, it doesn't, you don't feel you're out on the walk with him. You've got a horde of scores of people. But that's a choice. You see, I like to watch lots of things. So anybody who does 3 hours, even then you've got to go back to it. It sort of saves it there, but you know, that means other videos are missed out due to the fact that somebody's doing a 3-hour blog. You think, I haven't got the time to do a 3-hour blog, and I'm retired. 3 hours. And it takes so long. If you're doing it in any quality, it takes a long time to process. But there are people that go out, nothing wrong with world travellers, and they make a living from it. It is hard work, people don't realise. Well, anyway, I won't go into why it's hard work, but it is. And yeah, they're talking, their knowledge is great, and he's got like a list of countries he's going to visit. There's 160 odd he's visited or something. Some by the UN are not considered countries, like the Vatican or something like that, or something similar. Yeah, so there's this bridge. Well, I'll drop down onto the bridle path. That's what I'm going to do. There are pubs, you know, like the Boathouse, and the old key is just like a normal regular. It's exception. It's got a carvery, and I just don't eat any breakfast if I'm going to have a carvery. And there's one called the Shady. Used to be the Shady Oak. It's just called the Shady now. On another canal, Shropshire Union, I think it is. Anyway, it's pricey, so I just had, because I'm going to have a large meal when I get home anyway, just had a pork pie with piccalilli. Hello there. Which was nice as well. It was like they bought the pie. I said I just wanted a light snack. I said, well, obviously it wasn't from the supermarket. I said no. There are, that's just a nice open path there, or parkway. Park Fields, which is what it is, isn't it? Parkway Fields. There's a sort of homemade Stonehenge. We can see that on the path. That might lead on to other things, I just haven't investigated it. There's a lady on an electric chair, wheelchair. Now she can go out. Some people never. It's up to them. It is nice walking along that, but you're aware it's like a former railway line or something. It's so straight. Whereas this just looks like it's a footpath that's taken. They usually do, a lot of them, unless there's a building in the way. They still go cut across the landscape, and they try to keep straight. Because after all, they're using that to get to whatever, A to B. Not in my case, it's the journey that matters. Not the where I'm going. See, when you process one of these films, it's in high resolution, it will appear. It takes hours, but it'll appear even after some hours, but then it's not. It's still not processed, it's still up to 4K, which is what it is on 60 frames a second. So the early birds who watch the thing, they're not getting the, it won't matter if it's on their phone or something. But if they're watching it on their smart TV or anything like that, or even a large tablet, you know, you won't get the resolution. And you don't need to buy me a coffee, which a lot of people need. Some of the boaters and people like that helps pay for their fuel because they're travelling. And they're doing a travelogue on a see, oh, let's go back to reality now. There's a Stonehenge they've made, and that is the back of an insect sort of, what would they call it? Anyway, it's there's old logs and stuff on the other side, you know, for insects and bees and things like that. There's bumblebees more likely to. That's when you go in the park. For some reason they don't have an access you can get in. There was a path that run there and it's been wired across. I don't know, doesn't make any sense, because I thought it was private land, and then you saw the sign. See, there's the see the old logs and stuff. It's for insects, if you're wondering. There's a bird there. Looks interesting. Can't see it. Where is he? He's disappeared there somewhere. Never mind, you can't win them all. There's a flash of colour on it, so I don't know what it was. A small bird. Ah. reeds there, a little pond, a little platform, see that? So somebody's made the effort there, haven't they? It's just some fields and there's a, oh, and there's the sports, there's a football going on there. So it's a little community area. You know, when they, in the old days where they had community areas, when they built people where they live. There's a church and village hall, a pub. A lot of dead wood here. That's just snapped. See, there's always something that thrives from that. In this case, it's fungi. Somebody calling his dog, I think. It sounds a bit like a rag and bone member if you have to be a certain age to remember that. They were way ahead of their time. Shall I continue? Looks like it's petering out. Can't remember. Oh, I'll carry on. No, let's have a bit of variety. Would hate to sort of... No, I'll carry on. A bit more interesting, I think, rather than just a... Took far too long to make a decision there. Oh. It's a robin. There he is. Hello, friend. There he is. Keeping an eye on me. Where is he now? Oh, he's over there. See him? Oh, he's a flirt, or she is. I don't know. And he's just as I'm zooming in. Well, we knew who the boss was there, don't we? I like these, you know, they make signposts usually, don't they, with things on the top and people turn them around as a joke and all that. They even did that in a war film, didn't they? Or actually in reality they did. They had Germans speaking American and turning the signposts. But these are posts that do the same thing. See that there? That's what I told you. Look, see the horseshoe. It's a bridle path. Cycling and walking on the other one. Along there. Nice, isn't it? If you're in a group or that would be a choice, wouldn't it? And he had a pram or something, or a couple of dogs like that chap. How do? That's Yorkshire, isn't it? How do? I worked in Yorkshire as a sales. I did regions, Luton and Dunstable. Then there was in London, near where one of the it's terrible London. You couldn't park anywhere. It was nobody's got time to speak to you. I'm not just saying that. I have lived down in West London, Hounslow, around there, near to the Slough Massive. That is. Ali G's haunt. And on Hounslow Heath, not the other one, Hampstead Heath, this is Hounslow Heath, there are Romanies. Well, they're proper Romanies, you know, travelling folk. Now, what have I done here? Am I on the right route? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure I am. I'll just go to the park gate sign here and the little garden. That's it. Again, my car is parked just around the corner. So this is where we'll end it, and there's a reason why I'm going here, just so that your reference point, you know, it's not like a junction on the road or whatever, the A34 or whatever it is. There's this little that car park is free, but it's never available on a nice day, which is understandable. There you are. So that, I would think, is off that railway line, which is that Wirral Way part of it, look. So it was some kind of industrial metal or ore, quarry, stone. And it's called the Ropewalk Garden, I think. And another reason I've done it is behind me, and we can end today's there it is. So you can pause that Ropewalk Garden. That's just I was there. There's a lady there tending. She's probably got her own garden as well, isn't it? That's nice of people that sort of, they obviously love where they live. Yeah. And another one I started, and it was from, I'll just give you a glimpse. It's an old bunker, and it's called the Bat Box, which is now converted into a back, and there's a sign there and another car park. That's the one you can't find anywhere to park in it. So that's it. So I won't say the Bat Box because it confused people, you know. Well, didn't he go there last time? Yeah, but it's different anyway. It was a different way, and we've continued then, if you like. Geoffrey W. Place, schoolmaster, historian and chairman of the Parkgate Society. There you go. Well, thanks for joining me. Just twizzle round the do it that way now, haven't I? I've got my ugly mug on there. Bye now.